IntelliJ Ultimate and GoLand from JetBrains have this really handy feature to generate the methods of a Go interface, but there's a particular step where if you press enter too quickly, it might not do quite what you expected. So let's give this a try, and I'll show you where you slow down before you press enter. So let's start off by just creating a new Go file, and we'll have it be a simple application, so it'll generate the main method for us. And let's declare our own interface. We'll call it starter, because it will have a start method, and we'll have an isStarted that returns a boolean. And to actually show off the feature, let's declare our own custom type, which is going to be a struct with a started boolean field. Now here's where the feature kicks in. So you can either click the balloon when you're on the type's name and choose implement interface, or what I usually do is press Alt Enter to bring up the same menu. So we do implement interface, start typing the name of our starter interface, and it picks off the first letter of the first word as the receiver name. Now here's where you got to slow down and think about what you want for your receiver type. By default, if you just pressed enter real quick, you would get a value receiver type, which sometimes is what you want. Most of the time probably isn't. Most of the time you want to work with a point interface, but let's say I just hit enter real quick, and here's what I've got. In my start method, I just want to set started true. For my isStarted, I'm going to return a value of started. And we can actually test this out by creating an engine. We're going to start our engine. Whoops, sorry about that. Start the engine. And we'll test if the engine is started. Engine is started. Okay, so if we run that, without paying attention to the receiver type, what you would anticipate to have happened in this particular implementation is started got set to true, we're returning started, and you would think that it returns true, but in this case it doesn't. We didn't see our print statement. In fact, we want to make sure that something weird didn't happen. Engine isn't started. And we can run that again. So even though we set it to true here, when calling start, it didn't stick around here. That's because it's a value receiver type. So Go actually made a copy of the engine struct and provided that as the receiver here. So we made a modification to a copy of the struct, and it gets thrown away by the time isStarted gets called. So we can fix this by just getting rid of all that and doing that again. Ignore the errors below for a second. Let's use the balloon menu, implement interface, starter, E. This time I'm going to go down and pick the pointer receiver type. Now if we do this again, isStarted true, turn isStarted. Now if we run it, we get the result we expected. So that's a quick demo of the implement interface feature, and a little bit of a gotcha if you're going a little too fast.